Welcome back guys to another one of my Blacklist reviews in episode 2 of season 5. Now this is not going to be a very long review. The episode didn't really develop much on the main mystery front, that being the suitcase full of bones. But I'm kind of wondering now if the bones in the suitcase are even Katarina's. It seems pretty clear to me that no one so far has uttered the words, "These are Katarina's bones or remains." It is pretty clear as well that Tom knows nothing about the contents of the suitcase. I mean, he knows there are bones in there, he just doesn't know whose bones they are. And I'm kind of thinking that particular part of the current arc where Tom goes to the good old doctor, discusses the bones with him, tells him he doesn't know who they belong to. That whole thing felt like it was put in there on purpose. Like I kind of felt it was a message. Like if you think you know what's in that suitcase, then think again. You don't really know who those bones belong to. Let me make my point clearer. Let's look at how the Blacklist has worked so far. Now the show has never been about the mystery of reasons. Why did Red not tell Liz he's her father? Or why is Red not telling Liz he's her father? It's always been about the mystery of whether or not he's her father. For example as well, it's been about who Tom was working for in season 1 rather than why he was working for him. The answers to the how and the why questions always came later on, when the core mystery got its resolution. So I was kind of sitting here and thinking, why would the Blacklist change its MO from that deep mystery stuff to everything being completely out there and in the open for the entire audience to see? Why would they just decide to change something that's been working out for them in the past? And there's actually no good reason that I could think of. The only thing they might want to do differently this time around is to not drag this new mystery for 4 seasons until it almost borderlines boring. But before I continue with this, let me clarify something here. I'm not totally discarding the possibility that these are Katarina's bones. They still could be hers. But on the other hand, I can't claim that I've dug deep enough into the question of who those bones might belong to if they weren't Katarina's. It's definitely something that I didn't have the time to do. But if you're not opposed to my speculation here, you could always let me know in the comments who else could it be. And it probably has to be someone Liz would be completely furious finding out Raymond harmed or killed. But for a moment here, let's go back and stick with the initial assumption. Let's just say that those bones are Katarina's. Why would Red kill her? What reason could he have possibly had to kill her? And if he did do the deed, why would he keep her bones in a suitcase as proof of his doing, as something that might one day completely destroy his relationship with Liz? Why wouldn't he just bury them somewhere without encasing them in the suitcase? But if he didn't really kill her, what did Dembe mean on the season 4 finale when he stated Liz would be unhappy to find out about what Red did to Katarina? What did he do? There's only one thing that I could think of at the moment, and it does once again take me back to the episode by the ocean on season 3. Is it possible that all Red has done was make a choice between the two, like both were in danger and he had to choose to save one, leading inadvertently to the death of the other? So knowing Red might have had the chance to save her mother from an imminent death and chose not to, even if it were to save her instead, would make her flip. But speaking of other aspects of the second episode, I've got to admit, I love the new Megan Boone. She's most definitely way better this season than she was before, displaying a lot more emotions, doing a much better job at acting her role. She's finally made it to playing her character in a more exciting manner. The way she's been portraying her role in this newly found father-daughter relationship, the kind of improvement she's gone through, deserves admiration. So I'm kind of glad I don't have to complain about her so far this season, not for now at least. My favorite scene with her in this episode though was when Red told her about storming Grayson's house. I never knew Megan Boone could pull some sort of comedy, but she started off with being all weirded out before she showed her true emotions with her cool. But besides Megan Boone, the episode in general was really good. Now season 4 had a lot of serious to its name, with Alexander Kirk, his kidnapping of Liz and Agnes, the dismantling of Red's empire, and Kaplan's vengeance. But this new season seems to be back to giving us the kind of comic relief moments we were used to all the way up to season 3. James Spader of course shined heavily throughout the episode, especially with the way he handled his planned heist of Grayson's place. That was extremely good acting right there, mixing comedy with drama, pretty much my favorite sequence of the episode. But finally, we've got the final sequence of the episode with Tom and Red, and with the expressions on their faces at the very end, I'm kind of inclined to believe that Red realizes by now that Tom is his antagonist for the season. Least there is, he should have his doubts about Tom. But I'm having a problem here. I do not really know what to think of Tom. Is he an antagonist? Is he a protagonist? I mean, with Tom it's kinda difficult because I'm thinking here, all he's doing is out of love for Liz and out of belief Reddington is bad news. But on another note, I also believe that warning not to embark on that silly venture statement was less about Red warning him and more Joe cracked at the cancellation of the show's spin-off, The Blacklist Redemption. But with that being said, let me know in the comments what you thought of the second episode of the season. Do you think Red killed Katarina? Whose bones do you think are in the suitcase? And do you share my opinion that Megan Boone's acting seems to be way better this season? Let me know as well if you liked the content of this video by dropping it a much appreciated like, and while you're at it you could always subscribe and enable notifications. And until I see you next time, thank you all for tuning in and have a good one.